Good morning, dear students. In yesterday's video lecture, I have discussed about the formulas related to section formula. Today, I will be discussing some of the numerical problems so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now, question number 1, sub part B, as you can see, if the line segments joining the point A 4 comma minus 5, A 4 comma minus 5 and B 4 comma 5, B 4 comma 5, right, is divided by the point P such that, let us take this point as P and its coordinate I am assuming it to be x comma y, is such that AP is to AB. That means AP is equal to 2 units and from here to here it is 5 units. If it is 2 units, then it is 5 units. So this remaining part PB will be equal to 3 units. 2 units plus 3 units, whole length will be equal to 5 units. So this is my line. Now, one thing that I have noticed while I was teaching since I am teaching from last 2 years, I have noticed that some of the students, they face problem like the point 4 comma minus 5, 4 comma 5. What they will try to do is they will try to plot in x axis and y axis. They will try to plot this point in x axis and y axis. Suppose here 4 comma 4 5. Like this they will try to draw, and then based on this they will try to do the calculation. So my dear student, this part is not at all required. You have to just take, because it is irrespective. This question is not dependent upon the coordinate axis. It is just a points. One point P is there. You have to tell the value of P. If they ask in which quadrant does this point P lies, then also by looking at the answers, only by looking at the coordinates of P, you can very well tell the answer to which quadrant will this point P lie, if there is an additional part to this. But right now, as such things are not asked, so generally what you have to do, if they have given you the points, you just mark those points, and if it is a line segment, form a line segment and then try to calculate using the formula. Now the question says AP upon AB is equal to 2 upon 5, but we have a formula for m is to n ratio, not the entire length. So I have divided into two parts, 2 and 3. So you can write AP upon PB is equal to 2 upon 3, right? This is my ratio. After that you have to find, you can assume, let the point P be x comma y. Then you will write Px comma y is equal to m of x2 plus n of x1 whole divided by m plus n, and y, or you say my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Now if you write the values, here I am having 2, so 2 into 4 plus n is 3 into 4 by 5, comma m is again 2 into 5 plus 3 into minus 5 by 5. So this will be equal to 4 2s are 8 plus 12, that is 20 by 5, comma 10 minus 15, that means minus 5 by 5. So your coordinate will be 4 comma minus of 1. So this will be your answer, right? So in this way you have to solve, and then you have to verify the answers. If you see the answer, what is the answer? Like question number 1, sub part B, 4 comma minus 1. Okay. Now, like question number 2, 3, 2, ABC, I have already explained you that when the question says that the point is bisecting the line segment, that means it is actually dividing the line segment into 2 equal halves. Now if they says that the line is trisecting, that means 3 equal parts will be there, 1:1 ratio. If they are saying that the line is divided into 4 parts, then it will be 4 parts, 4 equal parts. So in the same way, if I see question number 2, sub part B, I would like to solve here. Find the points of trisection of the line segment joining the point 0, 0 and 4, -4. So one point is 0, 0, the other point is 4, -4. It is a trisection point. That means it is divided into three parts. One part, second part, and obviously third part. So I can name this point as A, this as B, this as P and Q. So you can write, let the points be A 0, 0 and B 4, -4, and or the points of trisection, the points of trisection be P, xy or x1 y1, and Q can be written as Q x2 y2. Like this I can assume, or else I can simply write P and Q also, but it is better we can write x1 y1 and pq because these two values will be different, so why not assign them new variables? Understood? Now I can write P x1 y1 will be equal to m into x2 plus n into x1 by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Correct. So this is the formula. This is what we have to write. Now what is here m and n? What is the exact value of 1? This is trisected, that means 1:1 ratios. So we are going to find AP is to PB, this much. So it is 1 ratio and this is 2 part. So here m upon n, you can write, no need of writing this, you can just assume. So means you can keep it in mind that m is to n is equal to 1:2 here for finding P, or else you can write 1:2 also somewhere suffix, though it is not required, but you can write. Now m is how much? 1 into 4 plus 1 into 4 plus 2 into 0, 2 part into 0 will be equal to 3 because it is trisected, comma, then you are having 1 into -4 into 2 into 0 by 3. That means you will get a point 4 by 3, comma, minus of 4 by 3. 2 into 0 will be 0, this part is 0, so it will be 4 by 3 and minus 4 by 3. Similarly, you will have q x2 comma y2 will be equal to, now here you are having q, this point is here q, this is here a, this is b, this is p. So from here to here it will be 2 and here it will be 1. So 2:1. So m will be equal to 2. So you can write 2 into, here what we are having, 2:1, right? 2 into 4, 2, this 2 and the part will be 4 here, x axis 4 plus 1 into 0 by 3, comma, 2 into y part, that is 2 into minus of 4 plus of 0 by 3 again. So you will be having 8 by 3 and minus of 8 by 3. So this will be your answers. I hope it is clear. You just try to understand once again, read it once again, and then you will be able to understand the value of P and Q. So the value of P will be 4 upon 3 minus 4 upon 3. Q will be 8 by 3 and minus 8 by 3. Now question number 3, sub part B, says that let P minus 3 comma 5 be the middle point of the line segment AB, whose one end has the coordinates 0, 0. Find the coordinates of the other end. Now we are having a line segment AB. P is the middle point. This is my A, this is my B. P is the middle point, that means 1:1 ratio. Now one of the points is having the coordinate 0, 2. 0, 0, one of the axis. So I can take this as x, y. Yes or no? And P is already given -3, 5. P is already given -3, 5, and this is the midpoint. So I can write first, let the point B A 0 comma 0 and B x comma y. Then you can write according to question P minus 3 comma 5 is equal to 0 plus x by 2 comma 0 plus y by 2. That means x by 2 comma y by 2. This is P minus of 3 comma 5. Now this represents the abscissa. Here also this represents the abscissa. So we can write minus 3 is equal to x by 2 and 5 is equal to y by 2. So x will be equal to minus of 6, y will be equal to 10. So therefore you can write b x comma y is equal to b minus 6 comma 10. So this will be your answers. In this way you are going to write. In this way you are going to find the values. You have to compare abscissa with abscissa, ordinate with ordinate and get the value. Now in the same way we have another questions. Like let me solve question number 4 sub part B. A and C you all can easily solve very well. It is very easy. Now question number 4 sub part B. The midpoint of the line segment 2 comma 2a comma 4 and minus 2 comma 2b is 1 comma 2a plus 1. Find the value of a and b. So the midpoint of the line segment. One line segment is there. The values are given as 2a comma 4 and the other value is minus 2 comma 2b. The middle point is given 1 comma 2a plus 1. Now what you can do, you can write let the points be. Let the points be A 2a comma 4, B minus 2 comma 2b and P or any other value P 1 comma 2a plus 1. Okay. So these are the 3 points. Now you can write according to question P 1 comma 2a plus 1 is equal to 2a plus of minus 2 by 2 because midpoint we know sum of the axis, sum of the coordinates divided by 2, abscissa addition division by 2, ordinate addition divided by 2 plus 4 plus of 2b divided by 2b divided by 2. Now as I have told you, abscissa will be compared with abscissa, ordinate will be compared with ordinate. Then you can write then 1 is equal to 2a minus 2 by 2 and you can write 2a plus 1 is equal to 2 common 2 plus b by 2. Here also you can take out common. Correct? Here also you can take out common. So 2 cancelled. So here you will be having 1 is equal to a minus 1. Therefore a will be equal to 1 plus 1, that is 2. A value you got 2 here and here you are having 2 cancelled. 2a plus 2a minus b is equal to 2 minus 1. 2a minus b is equal to 1. Correct? 2a plus 1, 2 will be going that side minus and then b. Now already you have got the value of a here. So you will substitute the value of a here. So you can write 2 into 2 minus b is equal to 1. So minus b is equal to 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 3. Therefore b is equal to 3. So at last you can write values of a and b, or a is equal to, therefore finally you can write therefore a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. So this will be your answer. In this way you can solve. So question number 4 sub part P, the solution is 2 comma 3. So in this way you are going to solve the values, you are going to solve the problems of your textbook. If you have any other problem, you please try to read and then try to understand all the sums. The questions are very easy and at least 3 marks question will definitely come in your exam. Now question number 5 sub part A, as you can see it is given. Find the ratio in which the line segment AB where a is minus 5 comma 2 and b is 2 comma 3 is divided by the y-axis. Till now what we have seen that the point were divided by a given point, be it be 0 comma 1, x comma y and all those things. But here they are directly saying that is it is divided by y-axis. Now let us first draw the line segment. A is here, B is here. Now what is the point? A is minus 5 comma 2 and what is my B? B is 2 comma 3. Now it is divided by y-axis. What is y-axis? I assume here it is y-axis and I am naming it as P. So it will be like 0 comma y. Why I am taking it as 0 comma y? Try to understand. If I have a x-axis, y-axis plane, if I will draw, if I will say that a point is bisected by y-axis or it is divided by y-axis. Suppose a line is running like this, or it may run like this, it may run like this, it may run like this, any way it can run. Now what is the value of this point on y-axis? As you can see, the point is lying on y-axis. Definitely its x value will be 0 and y value will be anything. It can be anything. So I can take this as 0 comma y only. Yes or no? If a line is divided by y-axis or a line cuts or a y-axis cuts that line, that means x will be 0 and y will be equal to certain variable. I can take it as q, r, s, whatever I want. But right now, since it is divided by y-axis, it is a general convention, it is a general method that generally people write y-axis for y for y-axis. Now, if I say a line is divided by, if I say a line is divided by x-axis, means like this a line is going this way or any way. Now this point is on the x-axis, right? All these points are on x-axis. Now on x-axis, what do you observe? That the value of x will be varying, it will not be unique, it will be different values. But what is constant is here 0. That means the value of y will be always equal to 0. So what conclusion did you get? That on y-axis, when a line is divided by y-axis, then you have to take the point as 0 comma y, and if a line is divided by x-axis, then you have to take x comma 0. Now since this question is there, so I can assume this point, so I will write let the point P be 0 comma y, that is you can write P 0 comma y. Now according to question, P 0 comma y is equal to, in which ratio it is divided? Is it given? It is the midpoint. Find the ratio of line segment this is divided by the y-axis. Now we have to find the ratio. So I can assume the ratio also, and let the point be this, and ratio be m is to n. M is to n ratio I have taken. Now I will write here m, here it is n. So I can write m into 2 plus n into minus 5 by m plus n, comma, I will write m into 3 plus n into 2 by m plus n. Okay, now after this you see what we can do here. So here what you can write here 2m minus of 5n by m plus n, comma, here it will be 3m plus of 2n by m plus n. Here you are having P 0 comma y. Now you have to compare abscissa with abscissa, ordinate with ordinate. That means you can write 0 is equal to 2m minus of 5n by m plus n. And if you compare this with this, will you be able to get the answers? Y is equal to 3m plus of 2n by m plus n. Will this comparison be useful for you? I will say no. Why? Because this side m and n are unknown, this side y is unknown. So how will you find the value? So no need to compare with this one. You have to always compare the values. You should always compare. You can write like this, but it is of no use. So you have to always compare 0 with this particular number, because this side we have certain values. So m into m plus n into 0 is equal to 2m minus of 5n. So this will be equal to 0 is equal to 2m minus of 5n. So here you will get 2m is equal to 5n, 2m is equal to 5n, and you can say m upon n is equal to 5 by 2. Yes or no? Yes, you try to simplify this. That means you see my minus 5 will come this side, so you can write like plus 5n is equal to 2m. You want m is to n ratio, that means 5 by 2. 2 will go that side, m will be remaining this side, n will go that side, 2 will come this side. So m upon n is equal to 5 by 2. So in this way you are going to get the ratio of the line segments m is to n. So your answer is 5 is to n. If you will solve this one, you will not be able to solve only, because both the sides we are having variable. You have to always compare with the 0 values. Now moving on to question number 5 subpart C. Let me first clean the board. Now question number 5 subpart C. What they are saying, calculate the ratio in which the line segment A 6, 5, A 6, 5, and then we are having B 4, minus 3 is divided by the line 2, y is equal to 2. Calculate the ratio in which the line segment, okay, y is equal to 2. Now again you try to understand. This is my x-axis, y-axis. A line y is equal to 2 means what? Which means a line will be running parallel to x-axis. This is the value of 2 here. Suppose this is equal to 2. Here it is 1. So in all the straight line running like this, everywhere the value of y will be equal to 2, and x value will be keep on changing. X may either the point may be here. I can say it is like this. It is like minus 5, 2, minus 4, 2, 0, 2. Then I can get here like 2, 2 and so on. So when we say that a line y is equal to 2, that means x value will be equal to infinity. X, 2, that point is actually x, 2, because x can be any value. X is possible. Any values of possible is value of x is possible here. It may be 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 0, 2. So x keeps on varying. So when you have to remember, when we say y is equal to a, that means it will be x, a coordinate. If I say x is equal to a, that means you will be having a, y value. That you have to understand. This is very important. Sometimes the questions comes from this part also, that a line is divided by y is equal to 2, y is equal to 5, y is equal to minus 5. Then what points you are going to take? You will assume let the point be x, 2. Here you cannot take 0, 2, because if you write here 0, 2, that means you are fixing the point as it is lying on the y-axis, which is not true according to the question. The question says that the x value is infinity. It can be any value. We don't know the solution. We don't know the answers. What is the value of x? It will be anything. That is why we always take x is equal to 2 when it is y is equal to 2 given. Now, since the point is this, we can write let the point be x, 2 there. That is p x, 2. According to question, and ratios also we have to write, and ratio m is to n. Here I am having p, that is x, 2, and here I am having m is to n ratio. Now you can write p x, 2 is equal to m into 4 plus n into 6 by m plus n, comma m into minus 3 plus n into 5. So you are having p x comma 2 is equal to and minus of 3m plus of 5n by m plus n. Now if you compare with this, it is of no use because x is unknown, m and n both are unknown. So better we can write 2 is equal to now 2 is equal to minus of 3m plus of 5n by m plus of n. After doing cross multiplication, I will get 2m plus 2n is equal to minus of 3m plus of 5n. So here 2m so the answer will be m upon n is equal to 2:5. So by question number 5C, 5 subpart C, the answer is 3:5 and we are getting 2:5. Okay, yeah, 3:5 only, sorry. 3:5, we have 3 there. 3:5. So in this way you are going to simplify all the questions. So till now I have discussed up to question number 5. So I hope there is no problem till now. Now question number 9, subpart B, we are having one question. It is diagram based question. So diagram based question is also very important. Here we are having B, here A, this is x axis, this is y axis. Now this is the middle point, these two are equal. Now the midpoint of the line segment AB is shown in the figure is 4,3. This is 4, minus of 3. And write the coordinates of A and B. Now you have to write the coordinates of A and B. That means what is the value? What will be the value? What value you can assume for A? It will be like x comma 0. And B, if you want, you can take it as minus y also, but in general, okay, let's take that only, 0 minus y. So you will write, let the points be A, x comma 0 and B, 0 minus y, not and P. And P is 4, minus of 3. This is what we have assumed. We have given the names, and why we have taken A as x comma 0, because the point A is lying on x axis, so definitely x will be having certain value, but y will always be 0 on x axis. On y axis we have taken x is equal to 0 and y is equal to minus y. Why? Because on y axis always x will remain 0, but y will keep on changing. We have taken it as negative because it is lying in the negative y axis. So we can write, according to question, P 4, minus 3 will be equal to x plus 0 by 2, 0 minus y by 2. Yes or no? For midpoint we have seen addition of abscissa as addition of ordinate divided by 2. So then instead of then you can write now 4 is equal to x by 2 and minus 3 is equal to minus y by 2. So here 8 will be is equal to, you can write x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 6. So you got the value as A is equal to 8, 0 and B is equal to 0, it is 6. It was minus y, that means minus of 6. So this will be your answers. So in this way you are going to solve all the remaining numerical problems. I don't think so that there will be any difficult numbers, except I think you can be having problem in question number 8 in proving, but still if you try to solve it, you all will be able to solve. It will take time, but definitely you will get the correct answers. The questions are very easy and simple, and I hope you will not be having any problem. If you listen to my video lectures, if you have attended the classes, if you have attended the classes and if you have gone through all the lectures regarding this chapter, then I hope you will be able to solve. Thank you.